Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be going over a 2015 Subaru STI Launch Edition. And with all that being said, a huge shout out and thank you to Performance Ford Truck Country for giving me some time with this STI. Check out the inventory link below. Let's get into the video. So under the hood we have a turbocharged 2.5 liter flat 4-cylinder that goes through a 6-speed manual transmission. Power outputs are 305 horsepower and then 290 pound-feet of torque. Now, it doesn't look like there's a ton going on with this particular car, but there are a few goodies that have been added. So you guys can see that right there is obviously not stock. And then it looks like this over here is also aftermarket for the air intake. I'm not really seeing anything else, but I'll give you guys kind of a view of everything. So feel free to kind of look at all of it, see if you guys can see any other aftermarket goodies. We got the aftermarket battery. Of course, that's super important. But yeah, that's under the hood. Now let's go over the front end of the STI Launch Edition. So first off, you've got this special color that was part of the Launch Edition package, which I feel like blue is just like a signature color on the STIs anyways. But notice you've got the LED lights here, and it looks like that part right there might be aftermarket as well, that bulb added in. And then you guys can see down here with the yellow, that obviously is aftermarket. I think it looks cool, especially contrasting against the blue. And then you guys can see the STI logo right here. And I mean, this front end's been around for a while, so there's not a ton to go over. We still have the signature hood scoop there in the center. And then also it says Subaru there at the top of the windshield, but that's all for the front. Now coming around the side here, we've got two 45mm tires wrapped around 18-inch wheels in the front, and over in the rear, obviously you guys can see we've got the gold wheels, STI logo down the center, and then also the black STI brake calipers on top of that. We've got the mud flaps in the front and in the rear, but I think these gold wheels very nicely contrast the car, and I like the design on them, and they're not crazy oversized like what you see on a lot of modern cars. Got another STI logo right there, the two-tone mirrors, and well, of course we got this aftermarket goodie here as well to help keep out the rain if you have the windows rolled down. We got the Cobb sticker, which adds at least 20 horsepower. I mean, that's how those Cobb stickers work. But aside from that, here is your full side view on the STI Launch Edition. So this is kind of interesting to me. I usually review only new cars, and this one obviously is a few years old, and so it has like Subaru's older key fob that I've never seen before. Definitely interesting. I'm sure some of you have nostalgia from this, but yeah, hold that down and then that pops open the trunk, so then you can open that bad boy up. And something that's always been interesting about the STIs is the wing barely like clears from hitting there on the side. So that's always been interesting. Now popping here into the rear, we've got all of the floor mats. So this one comes with rubber floor mats if you guys were wondering, and then also rubber cover here on the back, which is definitely nice. One thing that's cool about the STI, it's very practical. You've got tons of space here in the trunk area, which again, just adds to the practicality, which is great overall. And other than that, Now let's finish things up here in the rear. So we've got the oversized STI spoiler. I've always been a huge fan of this. I know some people aren't, but I think it looks great. And then you've got the vortex generator there at the top. We've got the signature tail lights, and then you guys can see we've got all of our normal badges here on the back. I think this might have an aftermarket exhaust as well. I'll give it a few revs later in the video so you guys can see what that sounds like, and let me know in the comment section below. Oh, there we go. This actually tells us there's like a little logo there. Definitely aftermarket, so we'll see what she sounds like. Got the diffuser there on the back as well, and that's all for that. So here's the door panel in the rear. We've got the blue leather with the Alcantara down below, and then we've got the seats, which you can pull that and then throw the seat down. Pretty simple, easy to use, and that's actually held up really well. This car is over 70,000 miles, so I expect something like that that's, you know, you're gonna pull up all the time to like not work, but that's great that it still does. Anyways, got the leather, got the Alcantara, got the blue. Looks fantastic. Pop in for just a second so you guys can see legroom, 6 foot. Headroom's great. There's not much going on back here though. Like, we've got like ample room back here, but there's not a whole lot. The seats though are like fully covered with leather, which is nice. But notice I don't get like a storage space, but the side person or the passenger side does, which is kind of interesting. But let's head to the front. So here's the door panel in the front. So notice we've got the leather here with the Alcantara down below. Your window controls, the front window is automatic. We've got the mirror adjustments. And then you guys can see the seat here at the front, again, with the black leather mixed with the blue. And then you've got the Alcantara in the center with all the bolsters. Now the seat is manually adjustable. Notice we've got that for the gas cap release. Got the STI logo. Got the 3-pedal layout down below. We've got the latch for the hood. Stability controls right there. That is for the trunk. Steering wheel is manually adjustable. And there's one more look before we pop in. So here's our steering wheel in the STI. So first off, you guys notice you got leather at the top and at the bottom. Red stitching in the center. With the perfect leather here on the sides, you get a little bit of a better grip. We've got regular cruise control. We've got our voice command phone controls on the other side. Got our turn signal / light stalk. Steering is definitely heavy. That's one thing I love about the STI is the heavy steering. And then windshield wiper stalk on the other side. That's all for the steering. So we've got the center gauge cluster here, which I absolutely love the look of with the red, and then we've got the STI logo on the side. We do have a screen there in the center, which is pretty cool. So right now we're in the I mode, and we can shift it over into the sport, and then we have our sport sharp mode as well, which is what John likes to call the full track mode with sport sharp and then traction control all the way off. But yeah, other than that, that is everything for the gauge cluster. I want to quickly mention, love the little carbon fiber trim there. And then there, and then also it's here in the center. You guys can see here at the top, we've got this that shows for the climate controls, what setting it's at. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. And then also obviously the time, temperature outside, and then we've got the boost gauge. So if I rev it a little bit, boost gauge will go, which is definitely pretty cool to see that right there. And then also we've got the peak PSI 17.3. Got our good old hazard light button up there. We have obviously pretty old school radio, right? Pretty interesting to see this in a car that's from 2015, but I mean, you know, the big touchscreens that we see nowadays, we're kind of spoiled a little bit, right? So we don't have any reverse camera or anything like that, but you know what? Gets the job done, right? Got our climate controls. This does have the dual zone climate, as you can see, and so you can see we've got it in dual mode right now. Pretty cool. And then down here, we've got like a little compass and time and everything. Got a 12 volt right there. More carbon fiber trim. It like continues all the way down. Now I've got the shifter right here, which I'm not sure if this is aftermarket or not. It kind of looks like it would be, but I don't know. All I can tell you is it's short throw, relatively short throw. Not as short throw as John's shifter though, I will say that. And then it is pull up. To go into reverse, you just pull up right there for the reverse lockout. But overall, the throws feel great with the car. I will say that. They're definitely really notchy, and yeah, it's a pretty cool looking shifter overall. So this is the whole drive mode select, and then also the diff as well. And you know what? Yeah, that's all. We've got the brake right here. Got a couple cup holders, and we've got heated seats here for the front. The controls are right there. Got the center console, which has some USBs, 12 volt, all that fun stuff. I love how this has USBs or USB port, but it doesn't have an infotainment system that like a touchscreen infotainment system. But anyways, got the glove box right here, and that's all for that portion. So we'll pop up here to the top. You guys can see the light control right here. We've got all dark headliner, all that fun stuff. And also, I forgot to mention earlier, but we just have regular black seat belts. You guys know on the newer STIs, like you get the red seat belts, which is pretty cool, but that's all. So let's sum things up here with this launch edition STI. So first off, I like, again, the combination with the blue and the gold. But what I will say is this is not my favorite version of this generation of STI. My favorite is probably still the, well, the S209 or the Type RA. I can't decide between those two because I like them both for different reasons. Obviously, those are the crazy like race car versions. This is way more practical. You could still daily drive this. This is mostly like aesthetic stuff versus, again, those are just like crazy race cars. But I want you guys to let me know what you think about this package overall, and then also your favorite version of the STI from this generation, whether it's just, you know, a regular base STI Unlimited, one of the special editions, all that fun stuff. And it'll be exciting to see the new STI when it comes out. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. We'll go to an exhaust clip, and then we'll do our normal Ben Hardy outro. So I'm probably gonna put this at the very end of the video so that people can like call me stupid in the comment section. It does have a backup camera. It's right there. And it doesn't have trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. They just like stay fixed, which is okay. But it does have a backup camera. I'm just gonna leave that there. Now that's gonna sum things up for our video here on this launch edition STI. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to Performance Truck Country for giving me some time with this STI. Check out the inventory link below. I'll see all of you in the next video.